Hey, people. And welcome back to another episode of Just Echoes with Emmanuel and Izzy.
And
By
Izzy,
the way...
a round of applause for everybody. Where's the applause? Okay, let's go.
Just in case you guys don't notice, you can see we have new mics. We have
It's not
spent
mics.
money.
We have
mic stands.
We have new mic stands. So it's official. We're now
official.
podcasters. You know those people that used to be on Instagram and they make it look like it's the end of the world since they have a mic. Now we have a mic. God,
So
you see?
We have mic. We have mic stand. We have mic voice
Is that-
recorder.
Ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody doing? How are you doing, my friend?
My friend,
Yes.
as in me. Oh, I'm fine.
You're not expecting that, have you?
I was confused.
Why are you confused? Because I have a very good friend of mine in the studio.
Because apparently I'm not the only one in the studio today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, a very good friend of mine, all the way from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
We have Rotimi in the building, in our exotic studio. A round of applause for Rotimi now. Do the applause. Cheers! Rotimi, my friend. How are you? Is this not a studio?
Not really.
Rotimi, welcome to Just Echoes. How are you doing?
Welcome to Just Echoes.
I'm very well, thank you. I wonder why it's just echoes because the noise and the shout here. Don't be echo at all. You know the noise the
Now
echo.
the noise is echo now. You
The
know
noise the echo. Okay, now don't shake it.
How are you doing now, Rotimi?
I'm very well, thank you, man. I'm very, very elated to be here with you guys.
Hey, what's better? You have started speaking English already. I'm very, very elated to be here. Hey, please,
I'm happy now. I'm happy.
Fantastic. Oh, I hope you've been following what we've been doing, like our videos. You've been watching.
Who are you guys again?
I'm counting the shots. So this is number 2.
In less than 2 minutes, he has given us that boss.
Hey, unprovoked.
Who said he's unprovoked?
Actually, maybe targeted
there's one of
towards
your
one
episodes. One of your episodes. One person said that local man Rotimi said I should propose in the air.
He's coming
I said
back.
once I come here, I go hear him.
Oh my God.
Me local man, me a whole international,
A whole Harvard graduate.
a whole Harvard graduate for that matter.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's good to see. I'm already sweating. It's good to have you on the call, Rotimi. I keep saying on the call. It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So tell us why you've been seeing our videos, you've been commenting, which is very good. Thanks for your support. Which of our videos would you say is your, favorite, or would you say is the best video so far?
So I think every video is unique in its own way. So I would not want to say one is the best. But my favorite was the one you called me local man. However, the most interesting for me was one of the videos where you guys were talking about immigration. I think it's about 2 episodes from today.
Okay.
That we're
the one
shooting.
with Barry and Alabo and
Yeah, that was really interesting. And I remember saying to you that I wish that there was someone, speaking from the government perspective, like, what's it called, a devil's advocate. Well, you were doing that, but
I wasn't
you were
hard
very,
enough.
very aggressive about it. So I wish there was someone aggressive that people could say, I be better for this one.
Right.
Why they talk like this, something like that.
I think we'll do a second episode. We'll do like part 2 to that video, right? Where we'll just bring the immigration issues again and dissect them. But that's very good. And it was a very long video as well.
It was. I, at some point in time, I would skip, but I realized that I lost context to some of the conversations. So I had to go back and watch it again and watch it about 3 times. And that was really insightful.
Talking about immigration, right? Over the course of the weekend, I was watching a video on Channels TV.
Oh, okay.
And they were talking about the pros and the cons of jackpotting. I don't know if anybody has seen the video.
Yeah, I have, actually.
Not really, but
I sent it to you now. Why didn't you watch it?
You sent it to me like 5 minutes before we said everything.
Stop, don't making it look
I'm
like
going
it's
to open
5
your
minutes.
yash. You sent it to me 5 minutes before we started recording this video.
Yeah.
So,
Cut.
no, roll. We're going to keep rolling.
Honorable, off your mic. Honorable, off your mic.
So I didn't get the chance to watch it.
But of course, it's very straightforward. Pros and I saw the video and I sent it to Rotimi. I was like, okay, this is going to be a nice conversation. Of course, pros and cons of jackpotting. We all know what jackpotting is. For those of you that don't know what jackpotting is, it just means the urge to
The art of
the art of
How do people saying it? Japa means to escape. You know,
the art of trying to immigrate from your
Yeah.
country to like another country. So, and I mean, you're having a very nice conversation. I'm like, okay, this is something that would be interesting to talk about
yeah.
from our own perspective. Whether you want to categorize us as Japa or not Japa, but the good thing is we're in the UK,
Yeah.
and we're all Nigerians, and we can relate to the old Japa movement. So,
Yeah.
and it's good to have a
some
third party here
extent,
that,
yes.
that can just, So, Rotimi, you've been around for a while. What would you say is you've experienced both Nigeria and you've, to a large extent, experienced the UK as well.
Yeah.
And you can give an intellectual, give me grammar, intellectual,
Perspective.
hey! Do you know the meaning of that?
oh my goodness.
You can give an intellectual perspective of, the pros, the cons, the reality on ground of both, So tell me, you saw the video, what do you think, first of all? Let's blast channels.
First of all, I think that people should be much more prepared when having such intellectual conversations. There was someone from the government who was supposed to be, bringing the whole idea home, and he kept on talking about, I think something about
In fact, right, that particular man, I was never interested in what he was saying because it was just
About what?
it was making it look like people that is colonialism. That is like Jack Pine is a form of colonialism. That they're trying to set us up. They're trying to set people. Blah, blah, blah. I was not just interested in what he was saying.
Yeah.
Typical government official.
Right.
It was very, and it was very sad because I didn't like the fact that the guy, hailed from our alma mater, University of Ilorin.
And he's a young guy, you.
Yeah, And I was just saying, how is this guy saying, bring this thing home? And he just went on and on and on. And I like the fact that the presenter told him that the reason we brought you here was we're hoping that you shed more light on what government is doing to try to bring things together, but to not deviate too much. Someone talked about how she's making good funds in Nigeria. She's able to do her thing without moving out, and that there are lots of opportunities to get in Nigeria. I think personally that whilst the opportunities in Nigeria, there are limited opportunities as they are limited everywhere. However, the extent or levels to these limitations, you'd find someone who would go out, get a first degree, a second degree. My wife has 2 master's degree, and she didn't have a very good job at the time in Nigeria. And, it's just, it's not the same thing here. They say the grass is not always greener on the other side. I assure you, the grass is greener wherever you water it. So wherever it is that you have done to make the grass greener for you is the experience that you're going to have, right? So if you've set yourself up in such a way that you look at the environment where you are and what will help you to thrive in this environment. So that will be developing yourself, getting into the what's selling in this place. Just like what the Igbo people do now. What's selling in this market? What can I bring to this market? And I remember when we were in Ilorin, Manuel started the 1515 Auto Spy. I was like, Rotimi, what do you think?
I've been a genius for a while. I've been
15 what?
You don't take
You don't
15,
think
15
that I
Auto
don't
Spy.
do genius. I don't be genius.
You don't tell. No,
If I
Emmanuel
was
they
in
try.
America, I would be Mark Zuckerberg. Forget.
Ooh.
Yes.
Calm down.
Okay.
Okay.
Calm down.
Okay.
No, they blow your trumpet. Allow me. That's why I'm here to blow your trumpet. Okay. If he was in America, it would have been Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm telling
see,
you.
say it's sweet now. Where I'm talking.
I'm telling you, I agree. But Rotimi,
Yeah.
for somebody that is watching,
Yeah.
what is the advantages of, what would you say is they speak English, they speak English. What is the pro
And the con.
of Jack Mine? Yeah, what is like the advantages?
The advantage is that it's like your walk with God, right? You determine how far you would go.
What does that mean?
It means that whatever it is that you want to achieve is left to you. It's like going on the German Autobahn and then where there's no speed limit. And then you get there with your Ferrari and you start cruising at 20 miles per hour.
Okay, somebody is watching this video in a keja. What you have just said, German autobahn, they don't understand. What is the advantage? Some of these people ready to come and Japa, they want to leave the country. What is the advantage?
My brother, it is greener on this side.
Because the woman in the video, channel's video was saying, no, she was trying to make it look okay.
My brother, I think I said this to you or to someone that I'm tired of people who have not lived abroad telling us that, people abroad, they are washing this, they are washing that.
They're washing cups.
They are washing cups. They are washing cups in Nigeria now. There are Nigerians living in Nigeria and washing cups. How much am I being paid for washing cups in Nigeria? And how much am I being paid for washing cups here? So if I'm sweeping the floor in Nigeria, how much am I being paid for sweeping the floor? There was a man like that. He came to this country and then he saw one of the cleaners and he gave the person money. Go and help me look at, go and help me buy food there. The cleaner started crying, reported him to HR. He lost his job. In Nigeria, you can just you see, when they say there's dignity in labor, they're not talking about Nigeria. They're talking about this side of the country.
I know.
Of the world, rather. Where people are respected for whatever it is they do. Carers are respected. People who do blue-collar jobs are respected. White-collar jobs are respected.
There's no difference between... Nobody send your papa, if you like...
Exactly. Now, the hour where you put in...
Nobody send you.
If you do 37.5 hours a week as an IT guy, and person carer do 72 hours a week, it might end up taking home more than you, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on, and that's why I said it's like being on a German autobahn. It depends on how fast you want to drive. It depends on what is driving you. I remember when I first got into this country, Ima, I do support, I do factory, I do bakery. I was doing everything because I needed money for a lot of things.
My only person you know kid. How am I even just saying no kid that person? You don't even kidnap person like this.
Speaking of kidnapping, that is another reason a lot of people are immigrating. It's not just
in general,
the insecurity in the country, the uncertainty, one day you go to the market and you buy rice 1 dereka for 100 naira. You go there the next day is 110 naira. You go another day is 150 naira. It's just massive collapse of the economy, and the uncertainties are just too egregious. And whilst you have inflation abroad as well, there are support systems that help you. You have access to loans, credit. Whilst that has pros and cons, which is a long conversation as well, but there are lots of things you can do. You have food banks that would come to your rescue if you have nothing to eat.
You can even report to the council that I don't have money again with that.
I don't even have a house.
I don't have a house, so that kind of thing.
I
have a couple of friends that go like apartments from the council when they got in.
When I got here, I remember that they told us. I think you know about this when they told us to vacate our property, or we were leaving at the time, and the council offered us a place to stay, and not a house, a hotel. So we're staying in 1 3-star hotel in Sheffield, and we're just for one night though.
But yeah, it was.
Before then, most of us say this guy chop public fund. I didn't eat public fund though. just for one night, and it was fine. We were okay. That was helpful.
So I mean, in other words, financially, it's better here.
Yes, I must say. So in Nigeria, you have the microscopic few, as Patrick Obayagbon will say, who are enjoying the benefit of the corrupt system. So some people are, really, really milking the corrupt system.
They are milking it on 5D, in 5D, in 12D.
All left, right, and center. And Nigeria, all the affluence you see in Nigeria, they are paid for in cash. Everything is paid for in cash. There's no buy now, pay later. So think about it. These 1% are extremely wealthy. Even if they come abroad, they are wealthy people. They are not your average middle class people. They are extremely wealthy people. So, and these opportunities are only limited to them. Whereas here, you have the low class, you have the middle class, you have the upper middle class. So even middle class get like lower middle class, middle class, and upper middle class. But in Nigeria, there's no middle class. You're either rich or poor. Things like having access to 24 hours power supply. That is a dream that will never come.
Some people have not. They can't even think about it. They can't fathom that. 24 hours supply.
You remember when we were in school and then I went on holiday to Dubai, and then I told you guys about when I was in the hotel and I was ironing the clothes for the next day so that they will not take the light. At
the
that
hotel.
point, I realized, say, Naija don't show me shiggy.
I know, right? For
In a country that has, unlimited, may I call them, as we take, unlimited power supply.
power supply.
Uninterrupted power supply. And I went there and I was pressing clothes a day ahead. So, in case if they take this light, may I just run iron cloth. Then my cousin who went there together, I was like, why you dey press clothes? I was like, before they cut. Or more. I say yes.
Don't say hard. You fuck up. You don't say hard.
I fuck up.
Oh my gosh.
But these are the sort of things that you think. I used to tell people that my child will never say up Nepa, and it's not going to happen except he goes visiting and then he hears it. That's one of the things I just wanted. You see, these things I see them as the basic things of life: power supply, water, things. Potable water. Just having access to those social amenities, those basic social amenities, is why some people are immigrating.
But for somebody that is doing okay in Nigeria, right? Would you advise them? Okay, let's assume what's the definition of okay? An average good job in Nigeria. Let's even say 1 million.
A month or a year?
A month now.
Okay.
So would you advise them to japa?
Well, if you're bagging a million naira in Nigeria, I mean, why are you jackpotting? It depends on where you're living. So again, if you're living on the island, Lagos, in Lagos, you're living in Lekki, 1 million naira might seem like a lot of money when it enters your account, but then you pay for service charge, you pay for that. I don't know if the toll gate is still functional now. You pay for all those things. They might seem like little things, but things are even more expensive there. No. And then if you're the sort of person that likes the nightlife, you're into such things, and then before you know it, 1 million is gone. However, if you're the sort of person who is conservative and you work on the island and then you say, I'm not for this island life, let me live in an area that is not as affluent, or won't be this expensive, you might get by. But I can tell you, based on my own personal experience and the experience of a lot of people that I know, that when you've lived abroad and worked abroad, and this would be, I think Izzy will be able to relate to this because you've been in this country longer than a lot of people.
No one even said anything. But you feel attacked, so you had to say something.
When you say a lot of people, who are the lot of people?
I was pointing in your direction.
Am I not the only people here?
Only you are people.
What do you have a lot of people?
I got director like this. I mean, once you've lived here, worked here, you will not be able to. I don't know if you'll be able to survive easily in Nigeria. When I was driving down here and I got to the roundabout, and I just the way it is that you enter the roundabout and you move all the vehicles, and at the adjoining junctions will wait for you. You go and then you turn in. Nigeria is not like that. You wait for people to join on the roundabout. So even that something as little as that will affect you. Will genuinely affect you. And it is not because you're trying to form or anything. And people that are back home will be like, waiting they do.
All of
us got that day now. Waiting they worry this one now. But you see, once little things like this, you've experienced comfort, or you've experienced
sanity.
Sanity. Yes, that's the word. The operative word there is sanity. You've experienced sanity for just 3, 4, 5 months. You will not be able to cope easily in Nigeria. You will struggle.
I agree. And I believe most of these people, like you said, they are people that have not lived abroad.
They haven't.
They come, they visit 1 week, 2 weeks, they go back.
Yeah.
If you live here, it's day and night. It's day and night.
It's day and night. Crystal is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf.
It's day and night. I agree. It's day and night, right?
So it's day and night
There's a big difference.
The gap.
Okay.
Yeah. In the way,
because if you look at it, right, a lot of, if you walk on the streets, you see a lot of Nigerians. You can't hide it. You see a lot of Nigerians everywhere.
Yeah.
You can tell that these people are hardworking people. Even if some of them are doing cleaning, support, you can tell that these people are hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some of these people, they work so hard that they don't even enjoy their life here.
That's true.
They work for back home.
Yes,
right? They
black
work for
tax.
back home, black tax. Some of them are building houses back home. Some of them are doing things back home. That if they were at home, who born you where? If you're not cleaning money, you want to use build house.
No born, you know.
Right, but here you can use cleaning money to do a lot. That will show you how much people make in this system, right?
Yeah.
And I think one of the main reasons why people are living is just to see that, to experience that better life. And it's not a crime. I don't like when people make it look like it's a crime that you're trying to leave Nigeria and go and find comfort somewhere else.
So one of the things I learned when I got to this country is I don't even know how to speak English. Our choice of words when we're speaking and communicating as a people is very, very funny. Someone said on that Channels TV thing that you now abandon your life in a... Man, fam, I'm not abandoning nothing. Abandon is a negative word now. I didn't abandon it.
I know, right?
I migrated. I went to pursue my dream.
No abandon.
Yeah, you know, and there's nothing. I think life is about the pursuit of happiness, right? If you leave a particular place where you're not finding what you're wanting for yourself in life, there's no crime in it. And there's, you know, the way they say these people that japa, it's like very soon it's going to be a stigma. So those are the people that japa from when things were not good.
Look at them.
Now they are now coming back. If things if things all go well in the country or in the community, everyone is going to stay there. The things happening in Nigeria today, if they begin to happen in a country like the US, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, a lot of people are going to leave. You're seeing a few Canadians leaving Canada today because of the inflation rates and all of that, moving to the US, looking for better opportunities.
So it's a normal thing. It's not like a Nigerian thing. It's a normal thing from...
normal thing
even
everywhere.
Abraham left his... God told Abraham to leave his
To
land.
leave the land and go to a land flowing with milk and honey. So who am I? If Father Abraham can leave
Right?
all of Tarsus and move to Canaan, who am I? I beg.
So, Eddie, do you have anything to say? You're just smiling.
I don't have anything to say.
You jacked a long time ago now.
I didn't jack why. I just came to school.
Go back.
Why did you not go back?
I just came to school. And that's all I knew I was doing.
Right? So, financially, securitically, what else?
International experience.
International experience, exposure,
Access to
credit, access to
loans.
sanity. I mean, your life is just going to be peaceful. You have a routine. Everything's just going to be good. You know what you are supposed to do. You relearn life. You relive life.
Yes.
Because when you come abroad, everything is different. Sometimes it's difficult.
True.
It's difficult as well. Let's talk about, some of the cons, right? It's not all rosy and all rosy.
No,
and
it's
all
not
rosy.
all rosy. Definitely not all rosy. So some of the cons is you'd now need to relearn how to cross the road, for instance. No cross, so that's the level crossing. Don't cross that's tram crossing. Don't cross, that's this. Just as simple as that, your Google Maps doesn't work the same way. So
First of all, we don't use Google Maps in Nigeria, so you need to now start learning how to use some of these things.
Yes.
Apart from that, I feel like mentally, you need to just relearn how to live.
yes.
You reset. You
reset your mindset. By the way, I was using
that a
Google Maps
con?
in Nigeria then.
Is that a con?
Yeah,
That's
because
the con now.
you're learning.
used to a particular thing.
Yeah, it seems
Back
like you're
home.
learning how to walk again.
How to walk again, something like that.
Okay.
Right? The accent can be an issue.
Oh,
Especially
yes.
if you go to a place
Terminology.
like accent, like
Birmingham or
Scotland,
Scotland.
Birmingham. When I was coming to the UK, I felt like everything was going to be like the Queen's English
In it.
there, the London in it. When I went to Edinburgh, I was so surprised that, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah, you
Am
went
I-
to Scotland.
am
You
I
went
in
to
the UK?
England.
Yeah.
Right? So the accent is different. Everything is different. So, I mean, some people don't, it's easy for you to say because you have survived. Some people didn't survive it.
Yes.
I know a couple, especially
People
when we
find
I know a
it
couple
really
of people that went
challenging.
back home. They couldn't survive.
Yeah.
Some getting a job. Sometimes, like Rotimi
Yeah.
said, he started as a kidnapper. He did he started as a kidnapper. He did bakery. He did
Factory,
because
bakery,
you have
warehouse.
Right now, he works in
support.
Microsoft. Look at his. That's how he works. Something like he works in Microsoft.
They play.
So sometimes it's really tough. It's tough, and
Yeah, it can be.
I feel like if you don't get yourself up to speed, if you don't get yourself to to
If you don't readjust.
if you don't align on time,
Yeah.
and it's taking too much time,
If you snooze, you lose.
there will not be time.
They'll-
after all these jokes, please.
I think another thing is the taxation. There are a lot of you know a lot of things you get away with living
Nigeria.
in Nigeria. So you don't negotiate your salary based on before tax. You negotiate your salary after tax most of the time in Nigeria. But here you see a job advert. 50K per annum, 60K per annum. And you are doing 50 divided by 12. And then your pay slip comes and then you see 2,000 something, 3,000 something. And you're like, what? What just happened?
I know.
Yeah. Then there are a lot of, there are a lot of things you need to adjust to. The cost of living. The cost of living is astronomical.
Yeah.
So you're living in a 3-bedroom apartment. That's waste, by the way. That's the way the conservative British people see it. So there are 2 people living in a house. Why do you need 3-bedroom apartment? All you need is 1-bedroom apartment. Put your clothes somewhere, stack it up, and manage the space. But in Nigeria, you can have a 3-bedroom apartment paying 250K per year in some remote area, or you're paying 1 million naira per year somewhere in Ikeja, in Lekki. No, see, they avoid the Lekki.
I know, right?
Lekki na blood money that they pay.
They do blood money.
So, but it's per year. So it's like maybe 3,500, 4 million naira. I said 3,500. 3.5 million or 4 million naira per year, right? But here, that's probably what you pay per month. So the cost of living is astronomical.
Let's talk to people that are planning on migrating, people that are planning to Japa.
Yeah.
Right. What piece of advice would you give them? It could be 1, 5. What would you give them?
First of all, I think a last con I did not say anything about
That's true. Okay.
would be family. So you believe in your family, your friend, and the system you understand quite well, and that just have that mental preparedness for that, because nobody tells you that depression is real. It is actually real. People come in here, get really depressed, cry themselves out, and have health issues from that. Prepare yourself that because I see a lot of videos, people say, "Oh, this UK, this nowhere is easy. You're just starting from the bottom, and you pay your dues."
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Choo choo. Yeah. So it's really, really lonely when you not come.
It's lonely at the top.
Gang, 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 gang. Okay, so on a serious note, it's really lonely for a lot of people, and especially people who are coming alone, who do not have their spouses or children with them that can serve as a support system. So bear these things in mind if you don't have them, but if you have plans, to mitigate any issues that you might bordering around this area, please do something about it, mitigate that, and then don't come with a mindset of when I get here, it's going to get better overnight. My life is just going to become better overnight. It's a process. It's a gradual process, but it's a sure process that things will definitely get better. Yeah. And what else? Please try to learn something good. So research about where you're going to, wherever it is that you're going to. What's, like I said, like the Igbos will say, we think they sell for this market. So what is happening in this market? I'm going to the UK. What can I do in the UK? I'm going to the US. What is selling? Is it cybersecurity? Is it IT? Is it me owning my own business? Is it podcast like Izzy and Emmanuel are doing now? Whatever it is that is selling, get skills, and also try to get handwork. It is alarming how much they pay plumbers and people that know about heating,
electricians,
things like that. They pay them far more than they pay a lot of professionals. So if you know how to do things like that, you know how to plait hair, you know how to bake, things like that, they are really, really good abroad here. And anywhere you go, you know how to sew clothes. Try own those skills. People have said it. I've heard it many times. People say it, but it seems like a lot of people don't take it seriously. There are lots of opportunities there. You can own those skills, IT skills, AI, robotics, learn how to code. You don't even need to learn how to code. Business analysis, Scrum, things like that. These are things that are selling and they are abroad.
Makes sense. Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question, right? What do you think some people are doing wrong when they come abroad? First of all, no. Okay. Do you think age is a factor? coming abroad. For example, if somebody is watching this video and they are like 45 years old.
Age is not a factor. This place is the only place where I've seen that you can change your career at any point in time. So there was a guy, I loved him at the office then. So the place I was initially working before I moved to where I'm currently working, it was like a group. So you had different companies related to this group. So one of the subgroup or the small companies within the group, guy was a top guy there, top IT guy. I think he was doing something to service now. And the guy just came up one day and said he's no longer working in IT. He wants to start selling food. He and his wife have decided that they are selling food now. White guy. I was like, is this early life crisis? Because the guy will be in his early 30s. As a black man that I am now, you're making this kind of money here. Why are you going to go and sell food? The guy is doing very well now. He's selling food inside truck. He's making his money. So you can change career paths at any point in time. Nobody looks at your age.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, you know, places like, and I'm not trying to shame anybody. Access Bank will say, be between this age and that age. Things like, and graduate 2-1. Nobody,
Yeah, they don't do that.
Nobody send. No company that I've worked with, I've ever said, where's your certificate? It's always about what can you do? What can you offer us? And what have you done before in the past? You know how these things work now. So that's it.
Okay. So age is not an issue. You don't think
Age is not
a
an
factor?
issue at all. At all.
Okay. Do you have a question?
No.
So what do you think people that are here already, right? What do you think people are doing wrong or wrongly?
Yeah, so...
People, let me, like, somebody that comes, like, they came to the UK. Okay, I don't come. Waiting to happen here. What trend are you seeing amongst immigrants?
So, I can only really speak for the immigrants that are around me. And that'll be people from church and all of that. So people get caught up in the idea of, I need to stay in this country, so I need to do anything that will help my stay, which is very important. However, how are you going about it? So everybody, you come in, you say, "Mo na care, na support, na this, na cleaning." People don't. A lot of immigrants, it takes them a while to realize that there's a life outside of support. There's a life outside of care. You can do support if that's your passion, genuinely your passion. I think there's an exam called MPQ or something like that. You can
SVQ.
do that. Is it SVQ?
SVQ, yeah.
You can do that, and you can take. I think it's a level 5 something diploma, and you can take that, and you don't need to be at the bottom of the food chain, like I always say. You can scale. You can go into IT, the thing that you went to study in school, because a lot of people are coming in now with graduate through the postgraduate route. You can get a job in that area. You just need to research and, be willing to move wherever. And a lot of these places are sponsoring that as well. So don't look at, don't mind those people, all these aspire to perspire people. They'll go on top of podcast and start saying all sorts of things. There are a lot of people that I know in my own circle that have been sponsored as developers. Because, I work in IT, so those are the areas I would see sponsorship. And so if they can get it, you can get it too. So that's just the reality.
Word.
That was well said, right? Yeah, so, I agree. A lot of people just come, they stick to one thing, and they don't want to, and I feel like a lot of people are just very lazy again. They don't want to do, they don't want to learn, they just want to do what's comfortable. So support and care is very comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to say something?
No, I was just agreeing. It made a lot of sense. It's so easy to get comfortable, especially when you feel like you're doing okay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to spend that extra time trying to learn something new, taking, when you think about it, you think it's too long or it's too hard.
Yeah.
And then you just stay where you are and you just end up dreading it eventually because you don't really realize, you're just there and time is going by. And yeah.
And life's gone by.
People say abroad is bills. And we see a lot of videos online when someone say, this man has been living in the abroad for 20 years and he does not have a car, he does not, what do you say to that?
Okay. So I think the way we measure success is different. So maybe that's not his thing is not car. So I lived here for a while before I decided to get a car, and I got a car because I had a child, not because I not because I needed it as a status symbol, not because I could not buy one. I did not need it. I was working from home. So where am I driving to? And the occasional times I go to the store with my wife. In fact, I didn't used to go to the store with my wife. My wife would go to the store on her way back from work. And that just used to be it. So she can take an Uber, and it was very, very convenient for us. So whilst the I think people focus on the exemptions rather than the rule. For me, the rule is when you get abroad, and if you look at the life of a lot of immigrants abroad, statistically speaking, immigrants are doing very well. There are few people not doing well. There are exemptions, right? They say to every law, there's always an exception to the rule. So people get stuck focusing on those exemptions rather than looking at what 90% of people going abroad are achieving. And they come and say, oh, they are Nigerians too achieving them. Yes, but you have over 90% or 95% of the people living in abject poverty, living below poverty line, you know.
In fact, we are trying to raise the line up, but the poverty is still going on.
We're trying to bring the line down.
But the
poverty is digging the ground. I say, oh more, I die here.
It's really bad. It's bad.
It is bad. It's bad, but there are people not doing well. Don't get me wrong. And there are again, that's the lazy, not wanting to improve. And sometimes also, for me personally, I think coming from a spiritual angle, I would say walk and pray. Walk and pray. Don't just have faith that things will fall on your lap. Whilst faith is the substance of the things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen, right? But then, I believe, was it Timothy that was talking to the church and saying that, show me your works and I'll show you my faith. Because they go hand in hand, right? You say, I have faith that I'll get married. And then the pastor now says, oh, go and buy a wedding gown and speak that this is the wedding gown I want to wear. People think I'm crazy. You forget that God told Abraham, whose name was Abram, to change his name to father of many nations. A man that had no child, at 90, changing his name. And he did it. He said, oh, go and give me your son. And then he gave his son, believing that a sacrificial lamb will come from there. He walked. He actually did the work. He didn't just believe it in his head that, God, when he tire you, you could bring that lamb, I'll go that mountain, go pray. But then he did the work. So prepare yourself. Right? They say when preparedness meets opportunity, success is inevitable, right? So as long as you're prepared all the time, you do the right things, you pray, you wait on God, surely success is inevitable.
That's taking us to
Bible school.
Bible studies.
That's taking us to, what is this program you do at night?
Koinonia.
No. This one they are doing every midnight now.
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh,
They are
Hallelujah
taking us to
challenge.
Hallelujah Challenge. You see, they are taking us to Hallelujah Challenge. Okay. Now, final question, right? Knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now. I used to go into Japa.
I'll jack 100 times over, provided Nigeria remains the way it is. If Nigeria has the same opportunities I have here, man, I'm wearing socks inside the house. I can't wear socks in Nigeria now. I'm wearing a hoodie. Else hoodies look nice and all of that. It's aesthetic, so it just looks nice. And it's not just the aesthetics, it's the fact that it's keeping me, warm. In Nigeria, I'll wear t-shirts. This kind
So
of
knowing what you
podcast,
know now,
I'll
you
still
Japa.
Japa now.
So you are saying that your life here now is better than your life in Nigeria?
It might be a joke. When I was in Nigeria, I was living with Collins. I didn't have nothing. See, in Nigeria, I was working. Now title then give me. I was a project manager.
PM,
I was the business analyst.
BA,
I was the accountant.
AC, ACC.
And I was an Uber driver. Whenever I'm going to work in the morning, I would, do Uber
trips.
to do trips to work, then do trips on my way back, then go to bed around 12 a.m. And I was selling coconut gari. I was selling clothes. The only thing I didn't do was sell my kidney.
I know do kidnapping.
And I did not do kidnapping. And I did not do Yahoo. So, of course, I will. Because I was working, I was trying to better myself. I even...
But that means you'll be making a lot of money now. If you're doing accountant, you're doing BA, you're doing everything. You're doing Uber.
My salary then was 100K now per month. I remember that the first paycheck I received in this abroad, my tax was more than my monthly salary. My weekly tax in this country was more than my monthly salary in Nigeria at the time. So what are we talking about? And I was doing a blue collar job. Remember, I said when I started in this country, I started from factory, what's it called? Support, bakery, and all of that. My weekly pay from one job was more than my entire month's salary. I know that the cost of, and I'm not oblivious to the fact that the cost of living,
It's not the same, yeah.
the pay and everything is not the same. But what was my standard of living in Nigeria? My standard of living here? Oh man, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's no. I would.
And when you are doing all those, when you are working in Nigeria, doing project manager, doing BA, doing Uber, it's not your eye will see shege in Lagos.
Is it the traffic? Is it the way that your
boss
will speak to you sometimes? You look at it that, but I'm a human being too.
I be goat. I be a goat.
But then, I mean, all of those things, they're cultural things, right? Sometimes it comes to how we relate to ourselves as people, which I think that we can do better of. We can do better. There are no unions or anything that will fight for you, and this is the amount of pay you can pay. You can't pay someone less
Sometimes
than
they
this.
even owe you salary.
They owe you salary. I remember there was a time that my boss said, you've not delivered or so thing. I'm not paying you for this money. He owed me salary consistently for about 3 months. I didn't deliver on that thing because I was not empowered. Nobody gave me training to say, this is how you're going to do this. So I had to go and research it and do courses online. I paid money out of my pocket to learn how to do that thing, figure it out. And then at the end of the day, still didn't pay me the whole 3 month salary. Though that's a different story for another day, because we ended up on a good, very, very good note. And we are still very cordial today.
And when you're doing Uber as well, police, wala, security.
So my prayer points have changed now. I've never seen a military person on the road in this country while driving. I have never, police will never stop me.
How many times you see police?
How many times when you see police doing one, maybe something has happened in
They have their own focus.
It's not me. It's not because I'm not a criminal, you know. I have my driver's license, so I can drive wherever it is I want to go to. It is not the same. It is just not the same.
Sometimes I feel like some people can't comprehend it.
Even your prayer point changes. So when in Nigeria, this is real story. Actively, every day I used to say, God, please, I don't want law enforcement issues. Lord, let me not see police. Can you imagine me praying to God, let me not see police? It is sad. It is sad. LASMA, road safety, VIO, all of them. A bunch of nuisances on the road every day. The police force is supposed to be something that you see a policeman, you feel safe. But we've had stories of people who have had encounters with policemen, SAS officials, and they lost their lives. So it's not the same. You can't, you see.
There was a day you were telling me about a story where I think you had an issue with one SAS guy, this last man guy, where you push and come off for road or something.
My brother, we're on camera. Don't say that thing. We're on camera. That guy, I think not to knock him come off for this thing. It was not funny. Because that week, I think I had paid about 35,000 naira to get my vehicle out of their hands. And the guy just stopped me again. There was traffic, and he said that I was on the wrong lane, that I was changing lanes. I should park. I was like, hey, my dear,
that means I will kill you.
But, you know, one of the things I realized is that and you see it when people, you know, respond in the comment section. You can tell that this person is angry. Sometimes I read some comment, I'm like, you know, reach like this now. Because I am less angry now. But then the anger was real.
Oh man, frustration. The country
Yeah.
will push you to the brim.
To the brink of it, you go. May God not allow Nigeria happen to you.
Amen.
And may God change it that we don't pray that may Nigeria not happen to you again. May God change our country to a place where we say, may Nigeria happen to you.
Amen.
That's our prayer really for our country.
And the children of God say,
Amen.
Okay, on the lighter note, so what's happening now? How is work? Right now you're working with Microsoft. Everything is good.
Don't be deceiving everybody.
They deceive people. Ima, no, they deceive
Working
people.
with Microsoft.
I'm not working with Microsoft too.
IT, you know.
So I'm working with an IT company here in England, and the experience is totally different. In fact, I've worked with several other companies, and after moving here to a company, to this company, I don't know if it's okay to call their name on the podcast. May not be like say they advertise them.
No, advertise them for my podcast. We are very exclusive. Our podcast won't be podcast we could advertise people. Please just say a company.
Okay, no verse. So this company, they really love. In fact, working from home. I will not say it's because of the companies, because of COVID and all of that. But they are very caring. When my mother-in-law came in, to the country, and then she saw some of the gifts that they sent my baby when I had a baby. She was moved.
They sent you baby gifts? I didn't even know that. That's cute.
They sent me baby gifts. They even customized my baby's name on a shawl, Jedidiah, from my team. My team members.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm telling you, it's very, very lovely
like
experience
as well.
Yeah, it's been a very, very lovely experience working with this company. I can't say, because my wife will now fight me. I will say it's the best thing that has happened to me, but I'll say career-wise, it's one of the best things that have happened to me.
So do you intend to go back to Nigeria at any point?
Well, not right now, but if things get better, I'll go back to Nigeria to visit, definitely at some point in time, but to relocate there, and I think that might be your question.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on the radar for me for any time soon. As long as I'm not illegal abroad, if anything happens and it changes some certain laws, and I know I'm comfortable enough, I'll go back home and try to set up. All this grammar we don't speak now, you just look at it that, well, there's nothing I can do. Home is home. I have to return. But by the grace of God, there is nothing wrong with me here. So.
You said something that caught my attention. You're here legally. Another thing we don't consider is your uncle, where you say they do bad. Is he here legally? Some people.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people.
That's something I was thinking about when you asked that question. I don't know how it eluded me again. A lot of people come to this country illegally. They came on visiting visa and then they just disappeared and they overstayed. Yeah, so. That might be the situation of that person that you're saying, he's not doing well.
Yeah. Because if you are here illegally, you will not be able to work, you'll not be able to do anything, you'll not be able to even
legally rent house. If you can't rent, you need right to share, right to rent, right to do all these things. So that's another thing.
So all in all, right, what we have said, is it to conclude the video?
Just like that.
Like wrap everything up. Everything we've said is that, if you look at it side by side, right?
Yeah.
The pros of immigrating to at least the UK for now.
Yeah.
We're talking about the UK is way, 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 way more than the cons.
Yeah, except if family is really big for you, like, no, I can't leave my family. Because that's the very, very big con for a lot of people. You need to do like a weighted average calculation for...
Because when you say family, because it's so busy, you have to be working. That's the reason.
It's isolated.
No, like you're all by yourself. That's support. You don't have that support. Some people are not here. You guys are getting married soon, right? Some people are here all by themselves.
Before I got married, I was all by myself now.
You are all, yes, that's true. You're all by yourself. Yeah. But you were fine, right? You're very...
why not go fine?
You're sanguine now. You are able to make friends easily.
You'll be a swanguine in Jesus' name. What do you mean I'm a swanguine? It sounds like I'm a fish.
Sanguine.
I know. Don't tell Ojek that you're a swanguine. It will change for you.
Ojek's lion.
Oh my God.
But I was all right now when I was
here. He's saying that if you are family dependent, like if you need your family with you, then you have to think about migrating, because once you migrate to somewhere like the UK and you don't have your family there with your support system, it will be very difficult for you.
Yeah, can be very depressing.
I agree 100%. Like I said, I had a couple of people that went back. They could not cope with the whole...
You know someone that's in all the categories. There's always somebody that you know that...
We were, that's it, man. And we ensure that everybody's okay now. We're keeping society moving now. But yeah, this has been... So when I watched that channel's video, I was like, these people are not... They had the preconceived notion that I want to attack all the people that have Japa, especially those in Nigeria. I want to attack, but
really, was that how it was?
Yeah, if you saw the video, they were trying to, even the guys in Canada were trying to say, listen, it's personal. I came here because I can't afford to live
That kind of life,
that
yeah.
stressful life in Nigeria and Lagos anymore. I want peace. I want, and it's not a
traffic.
crime.
Yeah.
But you know, the fact that they're in Nigeria, they make it look like no, people are washing cups, people are cleaning the road. There are people doing these things everywhere. And
Yeah.
people are-
Why do you think that they are talking so much hate about it? Like, do you think there's a reason why they are talking so much hate about it?
I won't say it's hate, right? It's not hate. It's just, it's
Or
bias.
why
I'll
is
say-
it looked down on? Like the people that I'm guessing it's people, the government official,
No
government
official,
reps,
just the
Just
guys,
people,
just people,
just people that are in
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah, just people that are in Nigeria. Just
I've
you
even
economic
seen
mentioned
on-
government before, so I was
I've seen on
confused.
people's statuses, there was somebody, I think he's a pastor or something, he was telling people that, oh, Nigeria is a very good place for you to stay if you want to do business and do this and do that and you thrive. And that if you want to do 9 to 5, you can go abroad. I was like, Bayo Ogunlese has been abroad all his life. He owns Gatwick Airport, I think Edinburgh Airport. I'm not sure another airport.
There are a couple
in
of people
Scotland.
here that are doing
People
businesses
are
now. There are
doing-
people
yeah.
calling shots, running businesses.
Really
good,
successful. There's
businesses.
this
Yeah.
intern I met recently at work, right? A father owned restaurants all around Europe. His main residence is in Monaco. Do you know what it means to be living in Monaco?
Do you have any other question for Mr. Rotimi, my learned friend?
Your learned friend.
Oh.
No, I think you're giving us a lot of insights, and you came prepared as well. You're not unprepared. Like,
Is an Harvard. You are not people like who? I thought you were stretching at. Did you stretch at me?
no, not you now.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys said I don't
I
want
think
to
he's making
cast-
reference to the
Channels
channel's interview.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, I think you shed light on like both sides, and you have experience from both sides as well.
Yeah.
And any reasonable person will be able to see and understand, you know, what it's like living in Nigeria, what it's like living abroad, and the essence of Japa.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So most people that leave the country, they are not living because they are weak or they are not strong. They are living
Yeah.
because sometimes we've gotten to that point. You're like, listen,
I mean, everyone in life is looking for something better. Everyone
you're
is
right. So
no,
and it's not just Nigerians that are immigrating. Indians, Pakistanis,
Europeans from time they've
Yeah.
been migrating.
they move into the UK. Yeah,
I was just going to say something that it is when you cite an opportunity somewhere else, even the British people, they're coming to Africa to come and look for something.
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
Africa, right? So it's our time to move here too. So
Yeah. Everybody has their turn.
Yeah, turn by turn.
So as you have seen, as you have heard from my learned friend, this is our own perspective, our
Based
own
on our experience.
life, based on
Yeah.
our experience. So it's not rosy here. So we're giving you our views from both sides.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. So put it together and make your own decision. But like my friend said, it is very, very green here. It's greener.
It's green. It's,
It's
greener.
greener.
It's greener where you water it.
And he said it's like what is it, German track? I mean,
It's like
German.
when you are driving on the German autobahn.
Hey, I've never heard that one before.
That road that
The express,
they have no
like,
speed,
yeah,
has
there's no speed limit.
Sorry. It's a
You
speed
see why I
limit.
brought him? He's my learned colleague.
Gay.
Ladies and
AKA
gen-
local man.
Ladies and gentlemen, tell us your what you think about this video. Tell us, drop a comment, drop a like, share this video, and I'll hand over to Ezichi.
See you on the other side.
Subscribe.
Like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.
Tell your enemy, Seth.